Picture this, Ben 10, the kid with a watch that turns him into 1,000 aliens, lands on a planet where his Omnitrix is completely outlawed. No tech, no gadgets, just a world that fears anything more advanced than a stick. Can Ben save the day using only his human smarts and a few non-tech aliens? And what does this tell us about our own love-hate relationship with technology? Buckle up for an epic what-if adventure in the Ben 10 universe. Hey heroes, welcome back to Legendcraft Origins, where we dive deep into the wildest what-if scenarios in the Ben 10 universe. Today, we're exploring a brand new planet, Zorathia, a world where technology is banned after a devastating AI catastrophe centuries ago. When Ben crash lands here, his Omnitrix becomes public enemy number one, and a cosmic crisis threatens the planet. Can he solve it without breaking their laws? We're mixing action, alien awesomeness, and some real-world lessons about tech, history, and philosophy. Stick around and let's get started. Ben's on a solo mission, cruising through the galaxy in his plumber scout ship, when an asteroid storm forces a crash landing on Zorathia. This planet's a stunner. Think glowing crystal forests, floating islands, and villages built from living vines, but the welcome party? Not so friendly. The Zorathians, a mix of humanoid and beast-like aliens, spot the Omnitrix and freak out. Their leader, Elder Kalia, a wise but stern matriarch with glowing antlers, lays down the law: advanced technology is forbidden. Why? Centuries ago, Zorathia created an AI called Nexus to manage their ecosystem. It worked until Nexus went rogue, turning their machines into weapons and nearly wiping out their civilization. The survivors swore off tech, relying on nature and ancient traditions. Now the Omnitrix, a device that can rewrite DNA, is their worst nightmare. But here's the twist that downed Ben's ship. They're fragments of Zorathia's shattered moon, destabilized by a still-active Nexus satellite in orbit. It's waking up, sending signals that could trigger more disasters. Ben needs to act, but the Zorathians confiscate his ship and demand he surrender the Omnitrix. Ben's like, yeah, not happening. Ben's not one to sit still. He figures out the Omnitrix can still transform him into aliens that don't rely on tech-like power-stinked wild mutts, animal instincts, stinkflies' natural wings, or 4 arms' raw muscle. Using Wildmat, he sniffs out a faint Nexus signal leading to a hidden cave in the Crystal Canyons. The Zorathians' anti-tech fields weaken the Omnitrix, so he's gotta be strategic. Enter Taryn, a young Zorathian with a rebellious streak. She's got scales that shimmer like opals and a knack for crafting tools from vines and stones. Taryn's torn. She respects her people's traditions, but secretly studies old tech manuals hidden in a sacred grove. She catches Ben mid-transformation and, instead of ratting him out, decides to help. Why? She believes the Nexus satellite might be her chance to prove tech can be good. As they trek to the cave, we get a glimpse of Zorathian culture. Their festivals involve singing to crystal trees that hum back, amplifying their voices across the planet. They use living maps plants that grow in patterns to guide travelers. It's a society that's thriving without tech. But Ben challenges Taryn: if your people are so anti-tech, why's everything so perfect? AB balance is the answer, not bans. Taryn pushes back, citing Nexus's betrayal. This sets up a juicy debate we'll unpack later. In the cave, Ben and Taryn find the Nexus Beacona pulsating orb guarded by drones that survived the AI war. Ben goes for arms, smashing through the drones with pure strength. No tech needed. Taryn's no-slouch ethers crafts a slingshot from vines and fires crystal shards with deadly accuracy. The locals who've been tracking Ben show up, ready to arrest him for using the Omnitrix. But when a drone nearly takes out Elder Kalia, Ben saves her, earning some trust. The Zorathians join the fight, using their sonic chance vibrations from their crystal-based Coltoretto, scramble the drone's circuits. Together, they destroy the beacon, cutting off Nexus's signal. The moon stops crumbling, and Zorathia's safe for now. But the Omnitrix's use sparks a heated trial. Elder Kalia calls Ben a hero, but a danger. Taryn defends him, revealing her tech studies and arguing that Nexus's failure was due to misuse, not tech itself. Ben adds, "My Omnitrix is a tool. It saved worlds. Isn't that worth giving tech a chance?" Let's take a step back and get real. Ben's adventure on Zorathia is not just a cool story, it's a mirror of our world. Here's the breakdown. History and technology. Zorathia's ban on technology calls to mind the Luddites, 19th century workers who smashed equipment they feared would replace them. They weren't mistaken to worry industrialization changed lives, not always for the better. Fast forward to today, AI surrounds us, from ChatGPT to Sala-flying drones. But so do the worries think job displacement or deepfake scams. Zorathia's AI disaster has the ring of a cautionary tale. What can their history teach us to avoid our own Nexus-sized mistakes? Philosophus Horatius' story presents a pretty interesting question: progress or preservation? Their crystal culture is beautiful, sustainable, but rigid. Ben's Omnitrix represents change, risk, and potential. It's a bit like our example debate of tradition versus innovation day. We cling to the tried and true or gamble on the unknown. Taryn's plotline illustrates a middle path respecting roots while seeking new tools. Critical thinking. Ben's lost without his full Omnitrix, so he's got to rely on brains and teamwork. It's a lesson in adaptability. If you were Ben, would you break the rules to use the Omnitrix or obey Zorathia's rules? Where's the line between following a culture and doing what's right? Pause the video and post your comments in the space below. Reading every one. Ben leaves Zorathia, his ship patched up with a mix of plumber tech and Zorathian Vanessa, symbol of balance. Elder Kalia softens the tech ban, letting Taryn study Nexus's remains to prevent future disasters. This what-if shows Ben's not just about alien powers, about heart, smarts, and challenging the status quo. What's next? You tell me. Should we explore what if Ben got stranded in the null void? Or what if Ben 10 discovered an Omnitrix prototype with unstable aliens? Comment your wildest Ben 10 what if ideas, and I'll pick one for our next video. Smash that like button if you loved this adventure. Subscribe to Legendcraft Origins with notifications on core. Let's keep the Omniverse buzzing.